It is the morning. I am depressed. Like, genuinely. Bad shit has been happening to both of the Ds in their lives. I'm not gonna lie to you. And we kind of sat here for a half an hour talking about them to each other before we even hit the record button. Because that's just the kind of day it's been. Is there any way that we can take double D's in the morning and somebody can transcribe it to a minor key instead? You know what I mean?
What do you mean a minor key?
You know what I mean? Like, you know how it sounds, it goes like double D's in the morning, 97.1. Is there a way we can make that sound like not bright and happy? Is there a way that we can like turn it the other way into a minor key instead of a major one to make it sound depressing? Like, double D's in the morning.
97.1.
That's how we're feeling right now. We're recording this on a fine Wednesday morning. I'm powering through some shit right now, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going back to therapy on Monday because I'm recognizing some patterns in my life of some very weird, like, emotional and mental responses to things that have happened in my personal life and behavioral patterns, and how it even affects me physically and makes my anxiety, uproot and worse. It's been rough for your boy. I'm just gonna keep it a stack for you. I'm not in the mood to be like funny today.
Yeah,
but
might be a little somber today, guys. Just a little bit.
Some funny shit happened in my life. For instance, Dennis got fired.
No,
that's hilarious.
Fired would be if I did something wrong.
That's right. Laid off. I
did not call my supervisor the N-word. Maybe they deserved it. I don't know, but like, I got let go.
I definitely don't think they deserved that. No matter what.
I mean, they'd be confused too because they're not even. Actually, no. Oh no, my supervisor was black. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh shit. All right. Well, anyways, moving on.
Wow.
Moving on.
Okay. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Anyway. It's so funny, actually. I ran into a job posting recently that I thought screamed Dennis, and I didn't even know, actually, that he got, laid off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he got let go from his job. I actually sent it to him the other day because it's a job application that I just thought was really good for him. And apparently, it seismically and cosmically shook something in the very foundations of reality and indirectly caused him to lose his actual job, which either means it's destiny or I'm taking the bad energy from, the depression that I'm facing right now and I'm transferring it onto other people. Mayhaps I belong in a movie theater for my job because I am a whole-ass projector. Who knows? Who knows at this point, really? But yeah.
What does that even mean?
I'd like to say that to people who,
You and Usher, and you just tell people about your problems as they're getting their tickets punched.
Look, well, you're telling me that, you and other people tell me that, I go after women with fucking, mental health issues or whatever, but, I'm not always completely not self-aware. I will tell them straight up, you should work if they're projecting, if somebody projects their bullshit onto me, Dennis, yeah. I would tell them, you should work in a movie theater because you're a whole-ass projector. That is what I say. That is what I tell them. Everybody loves that joke.
Funny.
Everybody loves that joke when I tell them that one because they're like, oh, I'm using that when somebody does some bullshit to me.
It is pretty funny. Not gonna lie. It is pretty funny.
That one's a Nintoonist original, by the way. I actually
y'all
that was patented.
Yeah. Guess.
Don't fucking steal it. Yeah. So today.
Also, guys, truthfully, I'm okay. I'm collecting unemployment. At the very least, I have a bit of a cushion, so I'm okay. But it's just
Yeah, Double D Enterprises takes care of their employees good.
Unlike other companies.
Yeah. Oh, we got everything, dude. We got base pay. We got flexible scheduling. We got a 401k. We got
pensions for you. Remember those guys? Remember pensions? How they're never coming back in this fucking country?
We got health. We got Double D. We got dental.
We get political out here. It's like,
you know what I got at Double D Enterprises?
Are we too young to even know what the fuck pensions are?
I got fucking no. I got mental health. That's what I got in my plan. I would actually, what I would ironically do? Real fucking talk. If I was a company owner or a company that I would want to work for, I would rather a company cover mental health than dental.
But dental's still important though, man.
You see your dentist twice a year. If that, unless you got like some fucked up ass, like, yo ho, the pirate's life for me teeth. Because if you have normal ass teeth.
But that also depends on how well you take care of your teeth. And I'll be real, man.
What's a skill issue?
Clearly, because I'm going to tell you right now, most people don't really take care of their teeth that well. Like, full stop. Like, people, like, I know people may think, oh, what the fuck, how hard can it be? Just brush every day, and like, obviously, you like brushing every day, obviously, is, the thing you should do, but like, do you want, like, I think people they don't understand the amount of shit you put in your mouth and chew. Like, if you could tabulate all of that on a list and just know that, like, sometimes shit can get stuck between your teeth, and also if you don't floss, it's kind of gross. Just saying.
There's like a commercial that shows how much your mouth goes through in a day, and it's just zoomed in on a guy's mouth and like his morning coffee, like his food, him kissing his girl. It's like a lot of shit, and it's like, can I keep it a buck with you?
Yeah.
Most of the time, I actually only brush once a day. I actually don't do it twice a day. I don't brush my teeth at night unless I'm with somebody. Like, and like my breath's gonna be or if I'm going out. If I'm like literally just like going to bed or whatever, it's like there's nothing's gonna happen in the next 12 hours.
How thorough are you when you brush then?
More than I used to be. I brush my gooms.
Brush your gooms?
I brush my gooms. I brush each of my tooths. I brush my tongue until I gag like I'm in prison. Which is really the biggest thing that sort of solidified a fear of going to prison for me was brushing my teeth in the morning.
That was the thing?
Well, yeah, a lot of the bad breath particles not even come from your teeth. It comes from your tongue. People forget to brush their tongue. And that actually like causes like really bad breath. Which I'm actually very self-conscious about my breath, to be honest. Like very. And so like I really try to be thorough when I brush my tongue, or like I really try to make sure like I get to the nitty-gritty. And I don't go down to my fucking uvula, but like I try to do it, and like I know I did a good job when I brush my tongue when I start the fucking gag. I mean, it's just how it goes. And I'm thinking to myself,
a little more rough about it though.
Yeah, like, I'm thinking to myself though, Dennis, like if it's if a toothbrush causes me to gag like that,
oh yeah, you're done.
Yeah, I've told my gay friends before, I'm very grateful that I'm not one of you. And it is not because of any, like, sort of civil rights issues or anything. But
the way you said that was just, like, so, like, almost like you were a priest. It was like, I am so glad I am not one of you.
Oh, I am very grateful that I am not of the gay. Like, very much so.
You're not part of the alphabet people.
No, I'm not part of the alphabet people because of the gagging and also because of my ass. Like, I am fucking... Don't get me wrong. I'm kind of caked up for a skinny dude. We've had this conversation on the show before. We both have, to be honest. We both know how thick me and Dennis both are for average or skinny-sized men. But at the same time, not to get too TMI, I've had hemorrhoids before. And the thought of taking a dick sounds... Even if I was into dick, sounds awful. Which is a big reason as to many as to why I had to reject a certain individual lately. Alright, this is a good segue. I was, here's what happened to me recently. I was brazenly, like, with the boldness, and some would actually legitimately say the sheer arrogance of this guy, flirted with by an older gay dude at a Target. And
at a Target.
It was particularly actually bothersome to me, not because I'm like homophobic or nothing like that. It's not that, it's the way he did it. It's like this guy said the shit that he said to me, and later on in that day, I kind of became a radical feminist. Like, I kind of understand now, and it makes me think that, like, every guy needs to get brazenly flirted with by another dude, and especially one that's not particularly attractive in the slightest.
Oh, so he wasn't handsome like at all.
Oh no, he was fat as fuck. And,
it was like a 2 on a Tuesday.
Beard. No. Like even like the kind of guy where like I almost said to him, like, dude, real talk, even if I was gay. Like no offense, like even if I was gay, like yeah. But he
not interested.
He had the confidence, and that's what mattered, I suppose. But yeah, what was I just saying?
I did notice that though, a lot of like with fat gay guys, they really want like the unattainable, which is like tall, skinny, and handsome. They like,
dude. If I don't
know why that is. Like, gay guys, like, I don't know if how many y'all in here. I don't know. Apparently there was hundreds of y'all in the last couple episodes, but all y'all just kind of went on vacation or something. But like, if any of y'all like are, I guess, fat and gay, like then why is it that a lot of you guys tend to go after like the tall and skinny ones? Like
every time. If I had $1 for the amount of times a fucking man has either like
fat chicks
flirted with me or sexually harassed me. And like,
fat chicks be the same way. They always want like the tall and skinny ones, which I'm like,
it is always hilarious to me when morbidly obese women admit that they don't like fat guys. That is funny as shit to me.
Yeah, because it's like looking in a mirror.
I'm sorry, dude, but like, you can't be telling other people to stay in their lane if like you're gonna fucking.
Yo, the hypocrisy is fucking unreal.
Yeah,
it honestly is. Like,
yeah, not to generalize large women. I'm not gonna say they're all like that, but I have heard women say that before. But y'all gotta stop letting those women speak for you.
If you're a girl who's 150, most guys can work with that. But if you're 200 and 300 plus, where you're straight up Jabba the Hutt and you refuse to move off the bed, we can't work with that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and don't be offended. You know, believe it or not, there are guys that are into that. But at the same time, you know, the whole body positivity movement and shit. But like, hold up, like,
yeah, okay.
Okay, point. We'll get back to fat people in a minute, I guess. Actually, no, it's on topic. What were you saying?
No, it's because like there's levels to it. Like morbidly obese down to like, slightly chunky, or even just, I don't know. Like girls love to call themselves this, even though like it's like you think you're a little past this. Curvy. It's like, oh, I'm curvy. It's like, girl, you're 250. Like they don't know. Like curvy is like, if you're like, I don't know, 160 to 140 and like you just got like obviously the sort of like, the curves. Yeah, but there's curves and then there's like fucking rotundness, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's curves, you have some layers, it's whatever. Like there's
like if you're Lizzo, you're not curvy, you're just fat. I'm sorry.
Don't even get me fucking started on Lizzo. Like I mean she's all sorts of problematic, but like yeah, it's not that. Like, you can have, like, layers or whatever. Like, you can even be larger than the average person and be healthy, depending on how you're built. But, like, if I gotta get forklift certified to fuck you...
you didn't even tip over the forklift.
Yeah, then that's a whole different ballpark. And that's the thing is, even if I was gay, I would kind of have to get forklift certified, like, to get with this dude. But
okay, let me bring... Okay, hold on one thing. I just want to say something, because I don't want people to fucking say, like, oh, yo, like... Me and David are fat phobic. Maybe to a certain extent we kind of are, because that's why we go to the gym. But like, this also goes to fat guys. Like, I'm pointing this to you as well. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, some people do like some fluffiness. I'll even say this to girls. Like, some guys really do like the fluffiness. They really do. But when you cross that,
I've been attracted to some very larger women before. Like some very not just like curvy, like legit fat women, like larger women. I've been like, oh, you're still so pretty. Like honestly, like, I've been attracted to that before.
That's fair. I'm just saying though, like if now you are past that point of like where you're now 200 or 210,
just gotta stop calling it healthy.
Yeah, like this, like you're just fat. It's just clinically speaking, like you are just fat. I'm even talking to guys here too. Like I'm being equal here right now. Y'all are just fat, and if you are comfortable being fat, then be fat as fuck. Be the fattest motherfucker you ever can be. But again, don't be expecting then people to be out here celebrating. I'm kind of done hearing about it, TBH. Like saying like, oh, yo, like if they're 250, it should be celebrated. Fucking what? Having heart problems? Or having like heart problems down the line?
Well, the body positivity movement is about money. Like, yeah, of course. Like, that. Like, it's literally
but, like, even outside of companies, like, people even just them speaking it, it's like, none of y'all actually believe this. because the ones who are speaking it are 80-pound women. They're saying it because it's less competition for them. So at the very least, it's like, I'm just being honest here. Like, if you're with someone that is, I don't know, I guess suppose very comfortable with you being fat as you are, hooray for you. But
I mean, you all listened to the Truth About Orgies episode. We talked about the Bill Burr rant and like how he literally was talking about the body positivity movement and stuff, and echoing exactly what Dennis is saying right now. Like, be proud of who you are. It's not like, you know, be proud of who you are. Like, be proud of, like, you know, if you don't care what people think about looking like you, that's fine. But like, we can't start bending reality to fucking just make you fucking feel better. Like, it's not healthy to be morbidly obese. It's not. It's
I mean, but if you want to die from artery problems by 30, like by all means.
John Panette, he didn't give a fuck. He's like, I'm going out like this because I love to eat this way. I love food too much, and like, yeah, he's kind of an idiot for doing that, but like at the same time, yeah, he at least like he admitted what he was. It's one of my favorite sketches. He just gets on stage. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, we've been doing this for a while.
But he had self-awareness.
We're going off the wagon tonight.
Yeah.
Like, he's talking about, like, going into, like, a Eatings Anonymous meeting and stuff, like, and just gathering up all the fat people, like, troops and whatnot. He's just like, guys, we're going off the wagon tonight. We're just fucking, we're just doing it.
It's gonna feel the rumbling down DC.
Oh.
But, yeah, like, again.
And I fucking love curvy women. Like, don't get me wrong, but, like.
But that's the thing. If y'all are into that, But just don't be out here expecting the rest of the world. Because, like, you know, to be on board with your bullshit. Because for a lot of people who are curvy, and like, or even are fat, I like to think there is a lot of self-awareness amongst them. It's just like this real vocal minority of people where, like, you know, they just want to be, like, you know, loved and shit. And, like, okay, like,
they either have extreme confidence or it's foul confidence, and they fucking hate themselves.
Delusion.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that one real Jabba the Hutt looking chick from like a YouTube short way back when?
Lizzo?
She was like saying like, I pull guys like all the time. I said, no, she was like, I pull guys. She literally legit talked like Jabba the Hutt. I forgot what the fuck name was.
Okay, well, her fucking like gravitational pull doesn't count. Like, her orbit, like, that doesn't count as pulling guys. That's just nature, all right? Like,
more so repels them.
That was a bad joke, actually.
But bro, I think your joke that you made was something that I heard from that shorts comments. So like,
what, the forklift certified thing?
That, and also the gravitational pull.
Oh, the forklift certified thing, like, that was just off the top of my head, but that is very much a joke that sounds like, yeah, another comedian would easily come up with that. You know what I mean? Like, it's the kind of joke where it's just like, yeah, I came up with that. No, I did. It's like, guys, it was kind of an obvious joke. You know what I mean?
I wish you fully watched Sopranos, because there was this whole. There was this whole bit.
You had to get forklift certified for Tony. He was a fucking James Gandolfini. God rest his soul. He was a big boy. You can't even.
He started off fairly like not like skinny, but he was skinnier, like hella skinnier.
Before, did he get fatter as the show went on?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
you hear like the breathing. You hear the heavy breathing a lot more.
Gabagoo.
But there was a whole it just says gabagool. But there was a whole episode. Did it.
That shit's horrible for you. It has so much sodium in that fucking shit.
In excess. That's the thing. Most people
No. I'm never eating that shit or buying that shit for you again.
But here's the thing.
2 of those is your daily serving of sodium. Those tiny strips of meat. There is so much salt in that shit.
Okay, fair. I'm just saying though, like, it's like you eat anything in excess, because we still eat fast food every now and then. That shit's even worse than gabagool, like right off the bat.
That's my 13th reason why I fucking hate Smash players, is because they subsist on that diet, and it's why I try like to hang out with them on a sporadic basis.
Like, yo,
I can't even walk up to them and be like, yo, you know, how's that fucking Sambuca taste? You know, like, I can't even do that, you know?
Can you imagine, though, like, a Smash player just pulling up with a protein shake? Like, they would just have no idea. Like,
well, some of them, oh my god, yo. Oh my god. Well, guys,
did you not do your exercise?
Can I speak to Dennis, please?
Did you not do your exercises today?
I rolled out of bed and started doing a podcast. I rolled out of bed to my toilet, took a shit, went downstairs, got my coffee. I actually don't do my exercises before we record most of the time now. That's because like I don't.
Oh.
Usually I do them if I'm gonna be doing some strenuous vocal shit, but most of the time we're just talking, so it's fine.
Okay,
I should though, to be honest. Thank you for reminding me.
Well,
you know me though. I'm not an early birdie.
It's fair. But I just wanted to say there was this one bit in Sopranos where like there's this one other mob boss from New York whose wife is very fat. She's sweet as hell in the show. Like she's very sweet.
Right.
But she's so like to them, they're like she's like monumentally fat.
They stereotype that for mobsters in like television shows and whatnot, that their wives are just like huge.
Yeah, but Tony's the only one out here with like a skinny wife because like Edie Falco, like I could never imagine her fat. Like the only time I've ever seen her do like a body transformation was Orange is the New Black, where she became like that obscenely skeleton looking woman.
Is that the woman who plays his wife or his mistress?
Wife.
His wife.
He has,
yeah.
because Tony has many mistresses. But there's this one scene where they're like talking about this fat. Her name's Ginny, and she's so sweet in the show. But like everyone just makes fun of her because she's like such a fucking whale. And there's this one scene where they're like, New Jersey's a small state. If she comes in, she'll tip it over.
Come on.
I know, it was such low.
That's awful.
I know, but like.
That's so mean.
It was so mean. You know what was even funnier? Her fucking husband walks into the place that they were at, and they all shut up immediately.
Oh yeah, because he was a boss.
Yeah.
So shut
Bro,
up. And obviously
was
they're not saying shit about Tony's weight because he's fucking Tony Soprano and like
oh my god,
can't be doing nothing about that. But like
it's so bad. It's so bad. She actually, believe it or not, you want to know even more depressing news? She actually did die. Not recently, but a couple years back. And she died like fairly young too. She was like 40 something.
Heart attack?
Yeah, like she was still pretty bad. So
yeah, that is the reason, man. Love what you are, love what you look like. There are guys who are into like not even just well, there are more guys who are into curvy girls than ever. Like I like literally more than ever, more than skinny girls. Literally, like that's.
But we're still within limits, though. We're not going after.
Yeah, but what
like,
I'm saying is, you just
though.
gotta admit like when you're just not being healthy. That's it. Like just don't dilute you. Like do what you want. Like, but don't tell people they have to be attracted to you, first of all, because imagine if I walked up to a fucking lesbian and told her that. And second of all, just admit, like, I hate the lie that they're perpetuating now and saying being that fat is healthy. It's not.
Sexy. No. It's even worse when it's sexy. It's even worse when they're now tagging it as like, oh, being this big is sexy.
It's
because
the same
now it's
thing.
like, but there's the thing, like, you know, biological healthy, most people, I'll be honest, we don't give a fuck about. Like, I truly feel like it's not exactly the best thing to, like, really advertise. I mean, I get it, though. Like, for people who already are healthy, they want healthy things, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, more healthier people will go to Whole Foods. And, I mean, not even Whole Foods is not that healthy, guys. I'm gonna be real with you.
No, it's just more fucking expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's just also more sodium if you're trying to get their vegan shit.
Fuck Whole Foods.
For like, you know, if you are a healthy person, you are gonna go after obviously more healthier things, flat out, right?
Yeah.
But that sort of advertising does not work with someone who's trying to actively lose weight because he's 300 pounds or she's 300 pounds. Like, it does not work. Like, they're not gonna care. Because at that point, they already feel like I'm so far gone that, like, at this point, like, nothing's gonna help. Except, well, one thing does help is obviously, yeah, going to the gym. But, like, when it comes to diet, they don't really, like, I mean, a lot of times at that point, you just have to stop eating. Like, there's really not much you could do at that point.
I have never in my life exercised to lose weight. Yeah. I don't know which is harder, like, doing it to build muscle or lose weight.
Depends on how big you are, though. Because I think if you're
it also
skinny,
depends on your build. Like, doesn't it matter? Like, doesn't it change by person? And like,
but that's what I mean. Like, by the extremes, it's like you were extremely skinny, right? And you're now trying to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's a lot you have to do, and like it's almost like
also depends on how big you are.
Yeah,
also depends on how big you are. It is so difficult. Yeah. It's good the way that God balanced it, right? If like you want to say it, how it's so much easier for short dudes to get fucking shredded. Because there's literally, I'm not kidding, because there's literally less of them to work with. It's easier for them to get shredded. And then when girls like, oh, I like tall guys, and you see like these fucking like asshole girls like who bring measuring tape to like the fucking bars and shit. I saw a video of that recently. I'm not even kidding. I saw like something like that happening where like a girl literally did. It had to have been part of a bit. I really want to believe that somebody wouldn't be that shallow. But like, Frank, I'm 6'5", right?
I'm shocked, bro. To hearing that.
I'm 6'5".
That'd be
right?
me if
So-
like, oh, I brought a measuring tape to measure your tits. It's like, oh, yes, big enough. Yep, we're good here.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing as like bringing a fucking scale into the bar. Like you want me to bring a fucking scale, tell you to fucking stand on it before like you can go out with me? Imagine if I did that.
The audacity of that would be insane. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm saying that for both of us. It's like, you know, for men and women. Like,
The audacity to bring a fucking tape measure to be like, oh, you're tall
I
enough
know.
to get with me.
It's just
and frankly, it's hard for me to like even judge it otherwise because I am 6'5" with a voice lower than Poseidon's nutsack. So every now and again, I can pick up a girl without trying. Like I really did. Like there's this one girl that I'm taking out this Friday who was kind of just talking up a storm to me, clearly into me. Like I was feeling out the vibes. Yeah. And
Dave,
so
I'm also just gonna say
eventually-
your mood seems a little bit better before we started. You seem a little more elated.
I'm distracted.
But it's good though. I'm happy. I'm here for it.
Thank you.
I like
dude,
struggled to. I struggled to say that so fucking hard.
Doing the podcast usually cheers me up. And now
Oh, yeah,
I'm sad.
continue.
Now I'm sad because I'm thinking about what I was sad about again.
Nah,
so thank you for
no,
reminding me.
keep going. Don't even think about it. Keep going.
Yeah. Fat people.
I hate him.
Yeah. So what was I fucking? I don't even remember what I was saying. Is there something about like tall people and the measuring?
Oh yeah,
thing?
like it's just like short guys like can get
Thank you.
ripped.
Short
up,
guys
yeah.
can get shredded way easier. I go to the gym not as frequently as I used to, but like I used to go very frequently, and I did bulk up. Like my motivator was spite. My girlfriend left me like right before COVID started, and she was pretty toned, so I wanted to get like
spite.
bigger, and so like I started playing Ring Fit Adventure and drinking protein shakes, and then very slowly while I'm doing my planks on the ground, I noticed veins in my arms, like big veins in my arms coming out. And I realized like, oh my god, does this shit actually work? And yeah, and then eventually I noticed I was gaining weight. I was 165, couldn't gain weight because I have a really high metabolism and therefore couldn't gain muscle. Now I'm 200 pounds or like 195. I fluctuate between 190 and like 200 now, which is the perfect weight for a guy my height and my age. But the thing is, when you reach a certain point, we were talking about diet for like, you know, like of how you have to lose weight or gain muscle. For me, it's fucking impossible because I literally need like something like 200 grams of protein a day because
So like 3
of how
steaks.
fucking tall I am. I can't eat that much in a day. I literally can't. It's disgusting. Like I tried to. I really tried. I had protein pancakes every morning. I drank a protein shake before and after I went to the gym. And most of the time I just noticed my gut was getting bigger. And I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm not, it's not working. It's such a ridiculous amount of protein. And I'm still bigger than I used to be. My body is more toned than it was before, but like, I'm never getting abs. Like, I'm literally never getting abs. Fuck that.
I mean,
can't,
to be
I can't
fair,
do
like
it.
abs is also based on a couple of things from what I've read, and it's like a lot of times, obviously, like skinnier guys, like I'm talking obscenely skinny. Like obviously they're gonna get abs, right? But I've even read where a lot of times, like a lot of fitness models, one thing that they do a lot, like before like a big like photo shoot or whatever. This is even towards the women. They starve themselves at least for like a good day before the shoot. And like that's supposed to like obviously like the less like, you know, food you like, you know, you've ever seen yourself before you ate and then after you ate? Like I'm talking that difference. And like
I get food babies pretty bad depending on how much I eat. Yeah.
so like, you know, for them, especially like these fitness models, like, you know, whenever they like show up for a shoot and like, you know, they already starved themselves for a day, they're irritable as hell. Like if you've ever starved yourself, period, you're the most irritable person in a room probably. And like I've tried it a couple times, like not like going to a fitness model shoot or whatever, but like at least starving myself at least like for one full day. I didn't want nobody to talk to me. Like, I did not nobody to even look at me. Yeah. And you do notice like there is like a bit of a difference like when you wake up in the morning and you haven't eaten for like a good chunk of time. I have noticed like, oh yeah, I do have them. Like I do have abs, but then as soon as I eat, it's just like they just go away immediately. So like I'm a fairly skinny dude, or at least like I was a lot more skinnier when I was younger. Like my legs, like there's a thing though. I even noticed that like depending on what you exercise the most, if you did any like way back when, like it for me like my legs are way stronger than my arms, because I noticed that I was if you ever seen like that one leg press where like you're kind of like diagonally and you're like their legs are like going up like that, like but just in like a 45-degree angle.
One of the exercises as a man with a herniated disc I cannot or should not do.
I do 450 on that.
Jesus.
And I could do it fairly comfortably. And I'm pretty sure, like, at least for a lot of guys, it's just like...
Can you push me with them legs, boy?
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
But, like, 450, like, a lot of people may even say, like, oh, wow, like, that's a lot. But, like, I've seen other guys that have legs twice the size of mine, like, thickness-wise, like, way thicker. And, like, these guys are doing, like...
trying to be in the next fucking Marvel movie, dude. Like,
it really is like one of those. This reminds me of like what Kevin Hart said once, where it's like, "Why are you still here? You won.
Like, you won the gym.
You won the gym. Like, why are you still here?"
Oh,
and I
God.
mean, obviously they're there because like to keep up the physique and all that. But like, part of me is just kind of like, why are you still here?
Well,
Why?
the thing is, visible abs are like, it's not even a measure of core strength. It's just the absence of fat.
That's the thing. Mm-hmm.
Like, my core is so much stronger than it used to be. When you touch my stomach, it's actually hard as fuck now, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah.
Even though I have belly fat, I still have some belly fat.
Yeah, but you just feel it through the fat. You're just like, oh.
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly, exactly. But there's a little less belly fat, and I notice really what it really is my posture. Like, when I stand up straight, I'm just like, you know what? Oh, I like you. You're fucking hot.
And then the moment you hunch over, you're just like, ew, get away from me. Disgusting fat fuck. Actually, Halloween-wise, I actually remember the hat that you gave me.
Wow,
wearing that.
Yeah. Dennis got me some keychains from Japan too. I can't wait to get them. And I can't wait to give him his alcohol drinking device. Japanese Mayrio Luigi. Now voiced by...
these are Korean.
Korean Mario Luigi. Now voiced by Kevin Afghan.
I know, when you told me that news, I guess we could just segue into this a little bit. When you told me that news, I felt kind of bad for the guy.
Why?
Not gonna lie. I felt kind of bad for him. Just because, like, the first couple months, maybe even a year, it's gonna be pretty rough for you, bro. It's gonna be pretty fucking rough for you.
I saw one dude, like, who made a video crying about how Mario got woke because the guy had pronouns in his bio, and so he was fucking crying that Mario was woke now. It was the saddest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, honestly, like, I like one of those guys you walk up to and be like, is the woke boogeyman in the room with you right now? You fucking troglodyte loser. Like, holy shit. Yeah, no, but he sounds great. I've been playing Mario Wonder on the demo kiosks at Target and stuff when I visit them. The game's fucking butter, by the way. It moves so good. It's coming out today, actually, the day the podcast drops.
When is Superstars coming out?
Superstar? You mean the RPG?
RPG, yeah.
November 7th, I think.
Oh, it's so soon!
Yeah, it actually...
And then...
dude, it actually is shit.
And then 1,000 Year Door.
Next year, yeah.
I know, I wish it was this year. I wish it was like January. I can't imagine if it was like, coming out January of 2024, and I'm like, yeah!
Nintendo would not be stupid enough to release 2 Mario RPG remasters.
Why not? More money
to each other like that. No, because people are gonna fucking choose, you idiot.
Look at both. Look at both.
They're not going to do that. Parents are going to
walk in.
Both. Parents are going to walk in. Parents are going to walk into their kids and be like, "No, you can only get one."
Oh, if we're talking about kids, I was thinking of like, adults.
Oh, you mean like
they're going to get both? They're not going to give a shit.
Well, yeah, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I do agree. Kids, yeah, obviously they're going to only let their kids pick one game. They're going to be like, "I want the one where Mario looks like a fat fuck." He's like a ball.
Yes. Well, speaking of that, I guess I'll loop this around because I do still want to talk about this.
Yeah.
I was brazenly flooded. The reason we even got on like the
phobia
thing in the first.
We fucking went 30 minutes of this.
The reason we even got on talking about like the body positivity shit and fat people in the first place is because there was a morbidly obese older gentleman who brazenly flirted with me in a fucking Target, and he did it with like such not even confidence but audacity. I don't want to say it because of the way he did it. And I'm not going to get all homophobic.
You sound like a hot girl.
Yeah, I'm not
sound like a hot girl where like they get offended that this fat fuck like they even had the audacity. They even say that too. The audacity to even come up to me.
I'm offended by the way he did it. And it's like because literally if I had $1 for every time I've been either flirted with or sexually harassed by another man, I'd have $5 at this point. That happened to me a lot. That happened to me a lot at the American Dream Mall. It was fucking awful, actually. Yeah. But anyway, not even just flirting. Like some guy like pressed into me once. It was gross and terrible. Like, again, like, again, like, it's the kind of interaction I had that literally turned me into a radical feminist, because it makes me think, like, oh, fuck, is that us? Is that us? Like, when we flirt
Or is that
with
like
you,
how
when
they
we
view us?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when we flirt with you girls, I'm so sorry. I mean, I'm not saying I'm, like, never gonna flirt with a girl again or whatever, but I'm saying, like, you know, really, it makes you think, like, I feel like every guy who, like, talks to women in, like, a really derogatory, bad way when they're trying to pick them up, or gets offended when they say no or some shit, needs to get brazenly flirted with by an ugly dude. Once, not even an ugly, not
Maybe even an ugly chick.
Yeah, I was about to say, not even an ugly dude, maybe an ugly girl,
person.
or just a dude in general. If you're not into dudes, like, you just need that to happen to you, like, full stop. And the reason I'm saying that is because it made me feel a certain type of way, because I thought the guy was just being friendly. He works at the Target that I was visiting, right? And so we were just talking about video games or comics or whatever, and we were talking about Marvel. He was talking about fake Marvel fans and stuff like that and whatnot, and. No, it turned out the only thing he was marveling was me, and
he viewed you as his own Chris Evans.
And the guy did the thing a couple weeks ago where he shook my hand and left a note with his number in it. Like, he did that thing, and
People still do that?
You do if you're a fucking boomer, I guess. And it said "call me sometime" on it, which I thought was weird, but I thought he was just being friendly, and he didn't even give off gay vibes. Like, he doesn't sound like a stereotypical gay dude. By whatsoever. So I thought he just wanted to be my friend because we were just vibing or whatever, talking about, like, Marvel comics or some shit.
No, he wanted to be more than friends.
Yeah, and then next week, which was yesterday as the time that this happened, I was just talking to him about Nintendo stuff because, like, he works at the store, and, like, I was talking about stocking and what have you, and eventually he started...
Which store was this?
Target and Paramus.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was in Edgewater.
No, not the one. I'm actually going to the one in Edgewater right after this.
Okay.
Man, the one in Edgewater, there was another dude who was constantly trying to get my number. I'm glad he's not there anymore. Yeah, they literally see, like, tall, skinny dudes, and, like, some of them literally don't care if you're straight. It's fucking disgusting. It's like, it's actually, like, fucking revolting. And the thing is, that's the reason I was so angry at this dude, because he didn't care that I was straight. Because I was talking to him about, like, some issues and shit or whatever. I was talking to him, like, I didn't talk to him about, like, the date thing or whatever, but I was talking to him, like, about, like, girls or what have you, and he literally told me, like, just don't stop with girls. Like he literally told me to, like, stop focusing with girls.
Oh, he was trying to convert you.
No, he literally said that, and I told him, like, cool, I'm cool, but I'm not into dudes. And he literally said, "You're not the first person who said that to me." And literally told me
like,
that
okay,
and straight up told me that he thinks he can turn me. And that was when I walked away.
Yeah.
That was when I walked away. I literally told him, like, straight up, like, bro, I genuinely have no response to that. Like, I don't know what you want me to fucking say to that, man. Like, full fucking stop. Like,
what the fuck?
And the thing is, one time, it's shooting his shot. It's whatever. I'm not gonna...
But that's, like, more than shooting a shot, though. Like,
yeah, no, that's
like if you were a girl, I'd breed you, that type of shit. That's, no, like
I told it to my mom, and even my mom's like, no, that's fucking creepy. Like, when I told my mom about it, it's like, oh, he's just shooting a shot, whatever. But then when I said, like, he said he could turn me, my mom got actually really angry. She's like, that's fucking creepy shit.
It's a little rapey. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
a little rapey.
Yeah, no, I'm actually gonna, like, hit up, like,
also censor that Nintoonist, because, you know, we want that ad money. But that's just a little rapey.
Oh, I'm gonna hit up the Target manager about it, to be honest. Like, because funny enough, I actually asked out the Target manager once, and she said yes, but that never wound up happening because, you know, she's literally always there and shit.
Was
like
she
that.
hot?
I thought so.
Was she a MILF?
Nah.
How old?
She's younger than me.
Oh, a manager.
Yeah, but she also had a kid, so it's like, you know, very busy person.
Damn! Wow.
But yeah, so point is, it's like, shooting your shot is one thing, and I'm like, it's whatever. But, like,
pressing is another. This
guy fucking, like, that is such a fucking creepy thing to say. Imagine if I went up to a fucking lesbian bar and I said that to a woman. Like, imagine if I said that. How deeply problematic that is. But then this guy at least the other gay dude in the other Target I visited said he knew I was straight. And he didn't even flirt with me or nothing. He wanted to get my number because he just wanted to be my friend or whatever. Like, cause he just, you know, that's whatever. I never gave it to him because, like, I just didn't want to do that for many reasons. But yeah, he at least, like, he said, like, I'm like, oh, your gaydar is like this, right? He's like, oh, you're the straightest fucking person I've ever seen. Like, don't worry about it. But this old fuck in the Target was like so fucking creepy. Like, why the fuck would you say that to someone? That is so weird. Like saying, I can turn you. Because with all due respect, my dude, you're like the last person who could. Like you're, because he wasn't even like attractive conventionally. Like it was. So
Gabriel
even
Iglesias.
He was uglier than Gabriel Iglesias.
Gabriel Iglesias has actually got like a nice face though. At the very least, I'll say this: he's a little chunky, obviously, but like, I don't know, he's got a pleasant face.
Like he lost a lot of weight too.
He's still kind of fat though.
Yeah, and you want to know the disturbing part about this? The guy literally looked and sounded and had the same fucking name as well as Koopa. He looked like Koopa, straight up. Like you know the guy.
Yeah.
He looked and sounded like him. Like he had the same demeanor, similar glasses, similar facial structure. There, he's fat like him too.
Neckbeard.
It was all there. It was so creepy. It was literally like a future fucking Koopa came from the future, realized he was gay, and like came back to try to get with me or some shit. So the thing is, I'm not gonna try to make a big deal of it for now. But like, if this guy ever tries shit again, like I will fucking get his ass fired. Immediately. Like I'm probably
that's sexual harassment.
No,
that's sexual harassment.
Yeah,
that's flat out.
My mom told me to hold off on it, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna call the manager or text the manager and just at the very least let her know what he did and just like not to do like don't fire the guy or whatever. Like he just shot a shot. It's not a big deal, but to let him know if he ever fucking tries shit again, that me and him are gonna have a fucking problem. Like full stop. And this made me so reflective because of how uncomfortable it made me, Dennis. It made me think about all the fucking guys who talk like that to women. And it really put some things into perspective for me. It didn't make me think, oh, don't shoot your shot with girls. Like, don't try talking to girls. But it made you think there really is a healthy way to go about it.
But yeah, that's the thing. This guy had such a lack of tact with it that, like, it would be almost like the equivalent of I know, like, he was gay, but the same energy would be the same of like if I went up to a girl, even like at a bar or a club, and just whispered to her, is like along the lines of like I was like, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you. Like it's like the same fucking energy, really.
Yeah.
Like it's the same energy, and like. And it's like just overall, like, one, it tells me man had no riz whatsoever. I've seen some bigger dudes, like, fat guys.
He also has the audacity to flirt with a straight dude. And, like, instead of, like, backing off when you find out they're straight.
I've heard that before. Bro, what?
That's literally so fucking creepy that this guy said that to me. Like, and... honestly, fuck it. Yeah, I'm actually gonna call my manager right after this.
Do it!
Like, on the way there. I'm not gonna wait,
bro.
I'm actually not gonna wait. Like, why give this guy the benefit of the doubt?
Because what if, like, it's like, I know this, this obviously happened to you, right? But just imagine, you're probably not the first one he's done this to. One, and chances are he's probably done this again this week, probably. Like. Yeah,
I was talking about it with a different store manager there, and they know like he's gay or whatnot. And like when I told them they gave me he gave me his number without me fucking asking, they were like, "Oh, okay." They were like, "Yeah, like no, he was shooting his shot, huh?" And they were like, "Yeah." So, yeah, like I said, like I could be like like maybe like being a little too hard on him, but I'm not gonna give these kind of guys the benefit of the doubt because that sometimes happens in like cases like this where they're just like, they're like, maybe I did something wrong. Like, no, I promise you didn't. Like, it is not you, So, yeah, I wish I could say it's the first time I've been sexually harassed by a dude, but it's not. Because this is something that's been on my mind, right? Like, gay dudes have, like, this, like, stereotype of, like, being, like, more feminine and whatnot. This dude didn't even have, like, the quote-unquote gay accent or whatever. You gotta remember, like, when a gay dude, like, sexually harasses somebody or, like, when a gay dude tries to shoot their shot, they're still men.
Yeah, they're still guys.
It's still a man. They still have their brains are still at war with their dicks. They just swing the other way. They still have a lack of social awareness sometimes when it comes to talking to people they're attracted to, or they don't know how to take no for an answer sometimes. Like they're still men. Like I equate gay dudes who do that with guys as like the same like Chad dudes who like won't leave a woman alone. that like is
Yeah,
clearly
but he's
like
just
not
like, I just
interested.
fuck assholes.
Yeah, fucking creepy. Yeah, but this dude literally tried to make me out to be like that guy from Law and Order. You know what I mean?
Aren't there many characters in Law and Order that are like that? Oh,
Yeah. And also one more thing. I hate dumbass motherfuckers who think that sexuality is that kind of spectrum. I really
What do you
do.
mean?
It's not progressive. It's not beautiful. It's nothing. The people who think
wait,
like,
can you explain?
no, there's no such thing as straight people. Or like gay people. Like you just if you don't know if you're gay until you try fucking a man. Shut the fuck up. That is so weird. Imagine you got a girlfriend and you have a girlfriend, right? And you have like a fantasy about having a threesome and you're trying to convince her that she's into girls when she's not. Like imagine how fucking weird that is. Like it's not an open-minded thing. Quite frankly, if you're open-minded enough to like have sex with the opposite sex when you thought you were straight your whole life, same thing as the Law and Order scene. I got news for you. That means you're gay. Like, if you're open-minded enough to do that, I've never been with a man before in my life. I know I don't want to. I don't need to fuck one to know that. It doesn't work like that. And if you need to fuck one to know that, guess what? It means you're not entirely straight.
Yeah.
That's
honestly.
what it fucking means.
As soon as you make that plunge, it's just like tells me everything I need to know, man.
Yeah.
Like it's all I gotta say.
Mhm.
And more power to you, but I'm just saying though, I got news for you. Means you're gay.
Yeah. I hate people who say like, oh, I fucking hate motherfuckers who say like, oh, don't be such a bitch. You're not being open-minded enough. Bro, it does not work like that. I hate people that do that. Because again, imagine if I did that with like a fucking lesbian. Imagine if I walked up and told her you should be attracted to me. Like, what the fuck? Like, my relationship would not have ended if that was the fucking case.
What would the lesbian version of Andrew Tate look like? Just be like a bald chick then? Like Jada Pinkett Smith?
Probably some soccer player.
But with no hair?
No, not no hair. Like
Smokes a cigar?
No, the very lesbian haircut, completely shaved on the sides. You know,
but wears
like,
aviators everywhere. But wears aviators everywhere she goes.
What would that even be called? Like, you know,
and Andrina Tate.
Andrina Tate.
Adriana Tate.
No, what is like a Chad? What is the female version of a Chad?
Female version of Chad.
Like what's like a female name? Like I'll be this guy's such a Chad, like a alpha, whatever. What's the alpha name for a woman? Right?
I don't really got one.
Yeah, I don't have one either. Like I think that's something that the
That's why I just said Andrina because I couldn't think of anything else.
I think that's something that the Zoomer Wojak lingo like has not, you know, really come up with yet.
Yeah.
Those memes are so depressing, by the way. I hate Wojak memes. They're literally just modern day rage comics. Yeah,
but it's like I still find them funny. I think it's more so like, you know, there's like the moment you kind of know that there's people unironically like, you know, you point to the comics like when there are people unironically like this, and there are, then yeah, it gets depressing.
Right. Yep. Well, and you know, the best part about it is I could get in my own head about it and say, oh, why do only dudes flirt with me? I mean, that's not true. Like, I literally made a date with a girl this Friday. It's just, you know, I've just been weird and uppity about it. So it's not like I can say that doesn't happen. Unfortunately, straight women just don't make the first move. Every now and again, like, when women make eye contact with me, I see it. That's their way of, like, really just being like, oh, this guy caught my eye at least for a second. But women don't ask guys out. That's just the fucking way it is. That I'm okay with accepting, to be honest. Other bullshit about dating and, like, whatnot, I have a very difficult time accepting. You know, we talked about how, like, I hate, before we even started recording, like, you know, we talked about how I hate the idea that you just have to meet someone randomly, go on dates or whatever, and this is how you decide who your soulmate is. I don't think it's an effective, like, real-life, like, phenomenon or algorithmic way of, like, finding true love. I think, like, you know, growing naturally with people, being friends with a woman for a while first is a healthier way to do it, which I could be dead wrong about. You know, again, that might just be my autism getting in the way, but, like... Either way, you know, the one thing I'm okay with accepting about all the bullshit about dating, which I have a hard time accepting a lot of things about it, is that women don't ask men out. I'm actually okay with that, because I've gotten better at asking women out as I've like gotten older.
You know the thing is too is that even if it did started happening a lot more, I think we would kind of push back on it, low key.
Oh, like fucking like Red Pill podcast would probably be like, oh, you let a bitch do this. Like you let a woman ask you out, like you fucking pussy, like
ignoring all those idiots. Like I'm just saying though, like it's more so like I think we would just generally like not like it because let's say if a guy, I mean, I think a lot of times like when it comes to like really like I'm talking like supermodel like level kind of handsome kind of guys, I'd assuming like they obviously get a lot of looks like on the street and like it's the same for like hot people in general get a ton of looks every fucking day, and when it comes to, let's say, like now a hot guy, right? And now, let's say the culture has shifted where it's like women are now encouraged to like way more to go up to guys to like, like ask them out or whatever, right? Or flirt or whatever, right? Like, I think generally for me, like, and this is just for me, but I think I could speak for a lot of guys in general. We usually, when we're out in public, want to be left the fuck alone. Usually. Like, I'm not really in, like, if someone does come up to me and if they're pleasant enough, it depends on the energy, right? And, like, okay, like, I'll converse with you. Like, we'll talk, we'll chill a bit. But it would be another thing if, like, a girl is just, like, she just rabidly comes up to me. And, like, it's just like, oh, my God, you were so cute. I saw you, like, from the store, two stores down. Can I get your number? Imagine dealing with that more than once. I would be exhausted after a while, TBH.
Oftentimes, guys think women are lying to them when they do that because they're like, what's
that
going on
too,
here?
Yeah.
Like, am I being punked? Now, like, this is so weird,
But now it's like, okay, the culture shifted. Now they're not lying. They're actually coming up to you because, like, they're actually interested, right? And, to a certain extent, like, okay, who wouldn't like that, right? But like, usually when we're out, we're either doing two things. We're doing errands, or we're with our lady. And usually, okay, if they see that, we're with our lady, then they wouldn't come up. I'd like to think, right? But if we're just by ourselves, we're like at a shop, right, or whatever, we're at Walmart, picking up eggs or some shit, right? Doing what we gotta do. And like, they don't see no one with us. They're gonna think, oh yeah, like, he's open. Like, I'm gonna go up to him and talk to him, right? And it's like, but even in the same vein, like if we're flipping it, we're like, okay, we see like a really pretty girl. She's at like the food bazaar or like at the fucking ShopRite. And I don't know if ShopRite's even around anymore, but like, we see a pretty girl and like she's like, picking up eggs and shit, right? A lot of times it's like, okay, like we would want to talk to them, but it's like, I also don't because it's like they're just doing shit, like they're just trying to get through the day, like they're just picking up groceries and whatever. And like, I'm kind of glad that, we don't also get a lot of girls, like even people in general, like coming up, like guys, like we don't really get a lot of like people who come up to us and like flirt or whatever and ask for a number when we're just out and about in like the world.
Even for guys, it's more often another guy that does it.
Fair. But that's what I mean. Like, I'm kind of glad like we don't, like we're not like, but out of the two of us, like let's say good-looking men and good-looking women. Good-looking women are usually the ones that I feel as if are kind of viewed as more the prize to go talk to. Mm-hmm. And like if you get their number, it's kind of seen as like more of like a worthwhile thing than like usually a guy, if that makes sense. I'm not sure. But like just classically speaking, like we always thought of the pretty girl, right? Yeah. Like in movies and media, we always thought of like the pretty girl. But I'm kind of glad also that's the way it's been kind of framed, TBH, if I'm being honest, just because I like my social interactions when it comes to like people nowadays, like because I'm just old now and like I keep my circle a little tight at this point. Like, David, my family, my friends, like they like that's my circle, right? But and that's the people that like I obviously care about. But like, it's just like I guess what I'm saying is like, if that ever did shift, I wouldn't hate it, let's say. I wouldn't like it either, just because like I think a lot of times like we as human beings are kind of best. We're like, it's best when, like, you know, okay, like, we do what we gotta do, and like no one really like talks to us, because like, I mean, no, this sounds so weird, because it's like, it's almost like saying like, oh, what, you don't want people to like kind of like meet and like just kind of like, you know, strangers being like friendly to each other. Like, I'm not saying that, but it's just like, you know, again, like the same energy of like how hot girls feel when like guys come up to them and like say like, hey, like what's your number? Hey, what's your name? And everything. Like, it's the same shit if like, you know, girls came up to us and like did that. Because half the time, I'm gonna be real with you, the girls that are gonna come up to you are not gonna be the ones you want to fuck anyways. I'm just saying that. That's all I'm saying.
See, that's part of the fucking Matt Rife special. I mean, I don't think we really have time to talk about it before we wrap up. That's a topic I wanted to have. But basically, actually, I kind of want you to watch more of his shit, like, to understand, like, where I'm coming from when I say that man is the definition of pretty privilege for men.
Oh, absolutely.
The fucking absolute definite. And that's another thing that makes me, like, I like Matt Rife. He's very funny. Like, his crowd work is impeccable. He's very quick-witted. He's a good comic. He's just a good comic, straight up. But at the same time, he gets away with saying so much shit that if I said on a date, I would have a drink thrown in my face and my crotch and slapped across the mouth and then, like, still get stuck with the bill at, like, the end of the night, among other things. Straight up, he gets away with saying so much shit about women especially and stuff, and, like, dating and what have you, that, again, if, like, normal guys said to women, I promise you it wouldn't work. For instance, really one of the most popular clips he's ever had. It's honestly an amazing bit, too, that he talks about. It's literally called He's Not Your Friend.
Oh, yeah. I remember this one.
I fucking can't. That man woke up that morning. He's like, I got a special to film tonight. I got a fucking... Shut up, phone. Like, I got a special to film tonight. I got a show to do. And I'm gonna get up on the stage and spit fucking nothing but facts. That's what he did. And that's another reason people love him. Like, not to be that guy, like, oh, he just says it like it is, because that's not always true with people. Sometimes people just, like, project their insecurities or whatever. And I think some people do that with, like, the shit that Matt Rife says as well.
This guy has no insecurities, though. He's too pretty to have insecurities.
No, he's
like,
really...
let's be real. He's too pretty to be having insecurities.
Like, he has a whole bit of saying, like, ladies, he's not your friend. The guy whose shoulder you cry on, like constantly crying
about your boyfriend fucking you many
stuff,
times.
You are fucking deluding yourself.
Yeah.
So hard if you think it's purely platonic. He has had those thoughts before. He wants to enter you. If you came onto him, he absolutely would do it. Full fucking stop.
Yeah.
And then, like, the thing he said in that made me lose my mind, because of the way the women, all these attractive women in the audience reacted to him, is that he's saying, like, well, I've been friends with this person forever, and they've never made a move. They've never, like, said anything subtle to me. They've never tried to get with me, blah, blah, blah. And he straight up said this, and ladies, if that happens, it means you're ugly.
Oh!
And they erupted. Women fucking worship that guy. They love him so much. And he says shit like that. He's like a fucking life anomaly. It makes no sense. Like, you see what I mean when I talk about pretty privilege. When he does it, it's charming. When he does it, like, it's flattering and whatnot. Guarantee an average guy said that to a woman, they get fucking slapped in the face, like drink thrown in their face, walked out of the bar. He says it. We all know it's true. And, you know, like, again, women fucking, like, worship this guy. And it's not just, like, an interesting phenomenon or whatever. You should see the women that come to his shows. You should see the shit that they say to him. You should look at his, like, demographics and his fucking analytics. Women love him so much. It's kind of, like, crazy. And he's a fucking good-looking dude. I can't lie. But...
I mean... okay, yeah.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Oh, no, because I know you mentioned the pretty privilege, right? And, like, at least the level of shit that he says...
Pure pretty privilege.
I would agree with you to a certain extent, but I've even seen... Not even just talking about Bill. I've seen other comics where, like, they've pointed shit out like this even years before. And one of the ones that I watched, I still kind of watch to this day. Like, he's dead now, but his name was Patrice O'Neal. He was a big, fat black guy who talked about shit like this on the regular, like, for most of his specials. And a lot of what I see from old, like, younger comics now, especially Matt, who say shit like this, is really nothing new to me because like I've already seen a guy who even before like the whole cancel culture and everything like came around, he was already saying all this stuff and like it really like, you know, I agreed with most of it, and a lot of times when I see a lot of guys saying it, like I'm not really phased. The delivery is always funny. But like at least as far as what they're what they're saying on stage, like I've heard before and like, you know, I agree already. But like I even think though too, it's like, yeah, I think pretty privilege is there, and obviously I'm not going to discount it in any way, but I think even just the way certain comics deliver like pretty like tenuous lines like that is also another thing. Cuz again, Patrice was a big fat black guy, and not really like, you know, people wouldn't exactly say attractive in the classical way, but he had a way of talking. And I think that it all kind of stems down to like how good like your sort of like Riz is, because I kind of hate using that word now because I feel like a fucking dinosaur like hearing all these like new words now.
I hate that word so much.
And like it all kind of like, I really do feel it all just kind of stems on how well you talk. Because if you don't know how, like me, if you don't know how to sort of convey your thoughts in a coherent way, you're just instantly fucked, because then now it's like no one's really going to understand really what you were trying to say.
Well, now you understand my existential nightmare, because literally, if I was not 6'5", again, if I was not 6'5", and not to toot my own horn, I don't think I'm ugly.
What are you?
I said I was saying not to toot my own horn, but I don't think I'm ugly.
No, you're handsome. Shut up.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that, Dennis. And like again, voice lower.
You're ugly in my dreams.
Dude, sometimes I think you're better looking than me, but no one knows.
You're taller than me. That's all you got on me, motherfucker.
Yeah, but you don't have a beard to hide it. You got like a pretty face.
Yeah, but there was some days though where like I felt so fat that like I just did this in my mirror. I'm like, look at your double chins, you fat fuck.
Y'all don't know how good looking Dennis is. Like, that's just for me.
I'm never putting myself on the Instagram, so yeah, you just use your imagination. But
I mean, y'all have seen what he looks like before, but he also looked very different back then.
Yeah, that was a twink.
I'll convince him to use webcams one fucking day. I'll get him to do it.
I'm gonna put a basket over my head.
Don't put a basket over your head. Just put a shirt on.
Over my head. I'm gonna wear the Los Pollos Hermanos shirt.
Whatever.
So, I'm part of this new store in
at least you don't have a beard like to hide it. Like Matt Rife, I look at Matt Rife and I'm like, oh, you'd be so much uglier with a beard.
No, right? Here's the thing.
I think he would look so much uglier with a beard. He's got like the pretty boyish face.
But you know, like the Giga Chad model that everyone like memes on.
His face freaks me out.
Yeah, but it's just like if he like shaved off everything, like I honestly think it would make him look like not obscenely more handsome. He's already like fairly handsome, at least I like to say. But like just the way his face is chiseled and everything,
from like a Herculean standpoint.
Yeah, like a Greek god sort of perspective. Like if he like dropped in ancient Greece, they would be like, are you okay? Like they would straight up worship him as a god. They make statues of him like everywhere.
The Giga Chad's face makes me kind of uncomfortable though. I'm like, your head is really shaped like that. Holy shit. Not like an ugly way, but like, well, kind of in an ugly way. But
you like cut a battleship in half with this face alone.
Yeah, I look at the Giga Chad and I see his face and like it lets me know how straight I am. Because I'm just like, so many people would find that attractive how manly it is, but then I look at his face and it's like literally built like a brick. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's so, it kind of gives me the shivers. Like it kind of creeps me out.
You say that? You say that though, right? And because like I even heard from other girls.
Giga Chad, if you're listening and you heard that, please don't beat me up. Please don't kill me.
He won't beat you up. He's just gonna show up at your door posing. And you're just gonna be like,
no, he's gonna show up to my door posing and like do the David pose and be like, you have every reason to love yourself, my son. And they're just gonna walk away. They're just gonna walk away. Like,
there was this when you said that in that voice, it reminded me of this one thing from the there was like an Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary, and like it was like around the time when he was about to go get picked up, I think, for Conan, the Barbarian. And he goes to see like this Hollywood exec who's like this short, small Italian guy, but he had like this huge desk when he came into his office, and he straight up like said out loud, he's like, "Why does a small man need such a big desk?" And like the fucking executive was fuming. He was so angry at him. He told him, "Get out of my office!" And like he left.
What
And
the
then
fuck?
This was still like, this is Arnold when he honestly still doesn't give a fuck. Clearly, he just does not.
Oh.
But it was so funny because he ended up getting the part.
That's
and
fucking...
and like you know what's even funnier, because there was a line where the fucking executive, like when they were already starting to shoot, and like he visited the set, and he clasped somehow he, with a stepladder, he clasped Arnold Schwarzenegger's shoulder. He's just like, "You are Conan the Barbarian," and he walked away. But then Arnold was just like, "I know, I've been shooting for 3 months."
Crom, I've never prayed to you before, and if you do not listen, then to hell with you.
Why does a small man need such a big desk?
Well, dude, but the thing is, with even Giga Chads, like, Bill Burr, like, he gets away with it in a crotchety old man kind of way, not in, like, a handsome young man kind of. Women don't love Bill Burr the way they love Matt Rife. We literally, Dennis.
I don't know about that.
Dennis.
I know, because I'm not. Wait.
Jessica,
I'm not speaking.
We had a fucking actual, another stand-up on the show who said she had mixed feelings about him.
But there are plenty of women that are also hip to women's bullshit, and they also hate it themselves. These are the type of women that Bill, like, that obviously gravitate towards Bill.
Gets the women who are not hip to women's bullshit to love him when he calls them out on it.
Yeah, and
it's
a different ignorant.
It's a different type of woman, though. Like, the type of women who listen to Bill Burr, like, rantings about women, and they agree with him, they're the kinds of women who are hip to women's bullshit. You're right. Matt Rife will talk about that shit, will call women out on all, like certain, like, dating hypocrisies and stuff, to the women who perpetuate that shit. Young women. And they just be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he said that. What are you doing?
Did he call me ugly?
What is he doing? I know you called me ugly, but like, what are you doing after the show?"
Or it'd be even funnier if like they completely just their entire view of him just shattered after he straight up calls them ugly.
I'd respect that more. I would respect them more for that, Dennis. Dennis, you see the difference that I'm making here, right? Like, it's like a different type of woman that, like, appreciate that humor from different types of people. Matt Rife is the fucking gay dude in the Target that feels like he can turn people, except he actually can.
No, yeah, because he's handsome, not the fat fuck that, like, bothered you.
And pretty privileged, the point comes full circle, and my point is proven.
But the thing is, he wouldn't even be creepy about it, though. He wouldn't say, like, "I could turn you."
Again, because he's handsome.
But that's what I mean. The way
he has to
he'd
try
go about
to be creepy.
But that's the way he would go about it. Like Matt Rife, if he was like, I don't know, a gay turner or whatever, like he would literally just kind of
fucks after every show. You can't tell me
that's what
he
I mean.
doesn't.
Like he would be so pleasant about it. He doesn't have to just be like, "Fuck me." Like he would just be like, "Hey, you want to get some like dinner sometime?" And like that would be enough. That would be enough.
He gives me the vibes of someone who either fucks after every single one of his shows, or is actually low-key very introverted, and, like, it just happens to be very handsome. Because he kind of gives me that vibe as well. I look at Matt Rife, and I watch his mannerisms, like one dude watching the mannerisms of another dude. I honestly do get the vibe that he's a really genuine guy. Believe it or not, I actually do get that. That's what I'm saying. I think he just...
outside, I
think he's a normal, shy-ass dude, but he was just born looking like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, like,
he just got the good genetics dice roll, and like he won.
Yeah, he gives me good vibes. I'm not saying this to shit on Matt Rife. I like the guy.
But you could never hang out with him and get pickup girls.
Fuck
you could never hang out with him if you go to a bar or whatever and you're trying to pick up chicks. You could never go with him.
No. If I was a wingman with Matt Rife and we were trying to pick up two women, they would both leave with him. 1,000%.
Exactly. My cousin, I even straight up told this to like, we're gonna wrap this up here, guys. Like, I straight up told Jen, like my girlfriend, I straight up told her, like, I have a cousin who like is almost like, I think he's a little bit more handsome than Matt Rife. You told me about
this guy.
Yeah. And I'm just kind of like, I could never hang out with him. She's like, "Why? Look at him." Like, classically wise, it's like, they would not go for me.
Women.
Like, come on.
Women, if you think men do not have those same pretty insecurities that you guys do, oh man, we have more in common than you think. It's the reason why they still
hang out with their fat girlfriends. That's why.
Yeah, there you go. We're not so different, you... Ladies, we're not so different, you and I, huh? Ain't that something? No reason to be afraid of me. Some women have told me that I come off as intimidating, and I'm not even like a super forward person.
Some people would even say like we're red-pilled or some shit. It's like, no, we're literally we're calling out everyone's bullshit.
Well, people who hear us and say we're red-pilled, they have no nuance. They're the ones who are like, they would be the ones who are like blue-pilled and think everything is either blue-pilled or red-pilled. You know what I mean? Like, there's nuance. Like, there's right arguments on both sides.
I mean, no one's ever called us red-pilled yet, but it's just more
Not
so
yet,
like,
but it's gonna happen.
Maybe one day. Like, one guy's gonna be like, well, what is this red-pilled? Or like some girl's gonna be like, what is this red-pilled incel bullshit? It's like, I would literally point out, like, we literally went 30 minutes of also trashing on guys who do this shit too. Like, what are you talking about? And like, no, women are untrashable. Women are just untrashable. You can't trash women, period. You have to believe women. Believe women. All 100% of them. It's like, yeah, okay, cool, all right. So anyways, yeah, guys, we're talking about how bitches be like just then go double down on like the misogynistic bullshit.
Right there, like if you let your bitch do this, you're a fucking cuck. Like that stupid red pill shit where they hire like OnlyFans girls to just sit in the background on their podcast.
You know what's so funny though? Hearing red pilled guys talk the way they do. Like, if I was with them, if I knew any friends who were like straight up red pilled, I'd be laughing my ass off the whole time because I thought they're being ironic, and then they would break it to me. It's like, no, bro, I was serious about everything that I said. I'm like,
look, men's like hunger schedules are different than women's. Which is why, biologically, women do, in fact, belong in the kitchen. And here's why. And, like, they'll actually say shit like that with their full chest. Like, we're not blue-pilled.
Puffed out, like...
Yeah, puffed, yeah. Like, dude, we're not blue-pilled or red-pilled. Me and Dennis just fucking love calling out bullshit. And there's a lot of fucking bullshit out there,
I also just hate shit that annoys me.
Yeah, me too.
Like, flat out. Like, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I gotta work. I guess we've reached the point of this. I'm telling you, just watch that specifically the red flag shit about Matt Rife again. Watch, not even the whole special, just watch the whole bit, like the whole 17 minute bit of he's not your fucking friend.
Yeah.
Watch that shit. Look at all the gorgeous women that he has in his audience. Watch their reactions. Yeah. It's not like, oh, how dare you say that? It's, oh my god, he said it. he's so cute.
That's the thing with a lot of comedians, though. It's like if they have a way of talking, like even if you insult them right to their face, they'll like actually laugh.
Dude, I get up there and say that. My white privilege comes into play. You know, like
but he has
my cis hetero fucking nature.
That's him, like actually working the crowd for years
and also being gorgeous.
Yeah, but like again, like even the comedians that I've watched, he was fat as fuck and he still like, you know, got away with it.
But it's different type. We talked about this, like the Bill Burr, it's like a crotchety old man kind of way. It's not like oh my god, I love him kind of way. It's like, those are the kinds of women that are more like, we talked about this. These are the kind of women who are more open-minded to like the bullshit of women. Matt Rife actually turns women who act like that. And then when women like who are like that, who are like, you know, the kinds of women who use like fucking astrology to like justify their bullshit, like he'll shit on them in the audience too. Like I remember this one woman like said like, oh like some heckler like said in the middle of his shows like, all Virgos are trash, blah blah blah, and he started talking to her and he just like, I don't even remember what he said, like something about like, oh, what are you like a Leo? Oh, I thought you were annoying. Like I'm like, oh you're a Cancer? Oh, you definitely are. Like you're definitely Cancer, like some shit like that he said, or I don't remember what it was, but like, look, I hope you
we get it, David. You're not hot as Matt Rife. We get it,
and I kind of hate myself for it.
It's okay.
Well, you know what? That's not the reason I hate myself. It's more so my awkwardness. You see, being as tall and handsome and deep voiced as I am literally does not matter when you have the social skills of a fucking walnut. Honestly, I've been thinking about my Asperger's a lot lately, and it actually makes me really sad. Like, you know, I thought it'd be better. Like, you know, I talked about it. I thought we'd be better about certain things, but sometimes I say the wrong things. We're done. That's absolutely getting cut out of the video. Yeah, here are the plugs. Whatever. Spotify. Leave a 5-star review if you can. Two clicks on mobile. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts, leave us good reviews, and also like and follow them wherever you get your podcasts, which would be good, especially if you're listening on youtube.com/Nintoonist as well. Leave a like on the video, comment on the video about
Matt Rife,
or leave us a time
hot girl and hot guy problem.
Tell us about a time you've been sexually harassed by a fucking like older gay dude who said he thought like he could turn you. Real, and then
tell us
shit.
how it made you hate gay people so much.
Yeah, tell us that, whatever. Yeah, follow us on Twitter, I guess, or X.
Also follow Matt Rife too, I guess.
Yeah.
He's gonna get like
Patrick
two-
C. Patrick C. He's a very popular video essay maker. He just dropped a video about Matt Rife, and I really want to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
I might watch it too then. Yeah, just Matt Rife's gonna get like 2 new subscribers, and they're all gonna comment on his stuff saying like, "We came here from the Double D experience. Like, you're great. You're great."
Oh my god! It was like the first thing that came up. Yeah, the unfunny TikTok comedian that sold out a world tour. Yeah,
He's a TikTok comedian.
that's how a lot of comedians get started on here. His last video was like
The newer
really,
ones, yeah.
Yeah, his last video before that was one Saul's How Will Smith Forced His Son to Fail. It's a really good video essay. And his latest video, which I need to watch, it's called The Late Nightmare of Jimmy Fallon. I can't wait to watch that. Oh my god, I fucking hate Jimmy Fallon. I mean, I'm pretty sure anybody with a brain does, but like...
Conan was my talk show guy. He always was. The fact that he had Bill Burr 4 times already tells me like, oh no, he's awesome, dude.
It's funny. I never thought Conan was funny, but he's definitely more genuine, and that's more.
No, he's a lot more genuine, than a lot Fallon of and a few others. Yeah,
yeah.
Like he's a lot more genuine.
Yep. Well, good night. I gotta go to work. I got some business I have to take care of. I have a mind that I have to distract. I have shit I have to work out, and
his body. He means his body.
No, I mean I actually mean my mind.
You go work out your mind in the gym.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy who says all your problems can be solved by going to the gym. I hate motherfuckers like that. Like that shit's not gonna bring your dad back, you fucking dick.
Fuck my dad. Oh, it's just like 8 reps already.
Good night, guys. Bye.